Welcome back to the exciting adventures with members of the Florida Powerboat Club. This is Stu Jones along with producer Ryan McCoy here on Florida Powerboat Club's YouTube channel. We're in the Pompano Beach studio, and we have got more excitement from the Emerald Coast Powerboat Week event 2022 edition, celebrating 30 years of this, what was once a summer blockbuster during those hot August days, has now been moved to late September with fabulous results, and we're moving right now into episode number 5 of our 6-episode feature. So before we get started, let's thank our sponsors. Our 2022 series sponsors include Blackwater Boats and their sister company Deep Impact Custom Boats and their authorized sales center Plantation Boat Mart, Mystic Powerboats, Cigarette Racing Team and their authorized sales center Top Gun Yachts, cigarette dealer Chief Marine Group, Midnight Express Powerboats, Big Thunder Marine, Concept Boats, Performance Boat Center, Mercury Racing, and Florida Powerboat Club's longest running sponsor, NORDIC High Performance Boats. We'd also like to thank these event sponsors: AJ's Seafood and Oyster Bar, Alicomp Insurance, Bent Marine, dealers for NORDIC High Performance Boats, Emerald Grand Resort, our event headquarters, GLASSTREAM Powerboats, and Legendary Marina of Destin, our official marine headquarters, along with Wozencraft Insurance. So let's get right to it, guys. Saturday morning here, Destin Harbor, as we start off the poker card segment, card number 1, and this is the chance to get up close and personal with all of the teams and get a chance to sort of pick up on all the enthusiasm and the spirit of these teams, because remember, a lot of these teams came from a long way away to join us, and this card exchange is really the first time for them to get up close and personal with our cameras and do that first poker card exchange, because after all, guys, that's what it's all about. And it is a beautiful 2022 Sensation 34 CCX. That's Russell Kirkland and his crew, all the way from Georgia, and Team Florida World. And here's another team from Mississippi, Stephen Doomer and Team Loose Cannon, starting to be a real fixture here on these events up here in the Florida Panhandle. Not very far for him to travel from Mississippi, so get used to seeing this really cool 04 38-foot cigarette Top Gun. And when I talk about team spirit, it doesn't get much better than this. Team La Mexicana, James and Sonia Redding from Georgia, with this brand new Deep Impact 399. It's their second one. But when I say we have awards like the best dressed team, best dressed crew, there you go, guys. They're all matching in their red long sleeve shirts, and that's what it takes to win that award. And now let's welcome Eric Frazier on his Formula 330 all the way from Texas. This is a great boat for poker runs, guys. Don't let it kid you. It certainly has a sport cruiser look, but it's got enough power to keep you running 45, 50 all day long, and plenty of room for all of your friends. Among their crew members were first-timers Donna Ryder along with George and Cindy Villarreal. First time for all of them, and they said they had so much fun they can't wait for Orange Beach in May. And here's a team that we see every year, but not always the same boat. They used to be in an Outer Limits, but now having a lot of fun in this big 43-foot Midnight Express. Chris and Shelby are hosting Eric Glazer and his wife Hagen, who just picked up their first lucky poker card, and you can see there's a lot of energy on this team, and certainly contenders for that Sexiest Crew Award that we're going to give out on Saturday night. Now, what I can't figure out, is it because the ladies are small that the boat looks so big, or is it just because this boat is just so damn big to begin with? Well, indeed, it's probably a little bit of both, because it's 43-foot, 12.5-foot beam. It's got 5 Mercury Racing 450 strapped on the back, an incredible JL audio system. These boats are built for poker run fun, and you can bring all your friends. You don't have to leave anybody on the dock, because you've got a giant platform to go out and enjoy the day. And here's another one pulling up to the dock, Brad Hancock. Similar boat to the one you saw earlier in terms of its layout and performance. It's a 43 Solstice model with that big, huge cabin down below. But on the back, again, 5 Mercury Racing 450Rs, all the power you're going to need. A boat that performs very well, can cruise all day long at 70 or 75 and still provide comfort to all of your crew members. And I know you guys are going to say, like, where did all the center consoles come from? Well, guys, that is the shape of poker runs as we see them today, as we now see Eddie and Gina Collier from Tennessee in their brand new Deep Impact 399. And they are in the power sports business in Tennessee, but when they're not working, they're out playing with the new Deep Impact 399 once again. These boats provide plenty of space for all your friends. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 maybe. I think this illustrates just why these boats are so popular on poker runs. And now let's welcome a team all the way from New Jersey. In fact, our only New Jersey entry on the roster, Scott and Meredith East, with this brand new 36-foot statement, Team Tunnel Vision. That's Owen Buis up on top with the cowboy hat, and he's got his dad, Nick, at the helm. So it's kind of cool for Scott to have Nick and Owen riding along from Statement on their very first poker run with the new boat. And we got Miss Jackie overseeing things here on the dock with the lovely Miss Brooke, who's handing the cards off. And let's just admit it, guys, this is where all the fun is, and certainly the eye candy factor of this event is already at a 10. It's only 10:30 in the morning. Al Jr. and Liz Copeland and their crew on this Nortec 390 Sport, they made it to this event. Last year was their first time with this new boat, so it's just over a year now since they've taken delivery. A great-looking crew on board, having a lot of fun. Look at those cool engine cowlings matching the graphics on the boat. And it's another team from Louisiana, Kristen McCarty leading the charge in her blue bikini. Oh yeah, she's happy to be here. Always having a good time, a very spirited team. All of the ladies with their matching blue bikinis and their powder blue tank tops, and even the guys with their long sleeve fishing tees. These guys have got it dialed in with all of the crew. A great looking boat, a Nortec 392 Superfish, owned by Patrick McCarty and Kristen. It's called Team Post Call and is sponsored by Bent Marine from Louisiana. And now let's welcome Team GLASSTREAM from Alabama. This is the factory team under the name Cruz Rutherford, who now runs the company, and she's got her entire crew on board, many of them who are employees at the Dothan, Alabama boat factory, where they build many models. This, of course, the flagship of the fleet, the 36 or LS 360 model. It's powered by Triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun dockside, but I want to hear some raw horsepower, so let's get back out on the poker run course. Well, we can certainly see and hear that Outer Limits, but we're just going to see this Blackwater 41, and it is a beautiful sight to behold. But it's so quiet because it's got those Mercury Mainline 400s, and it's got all the power it needs, but not a lot of noise. And I guess that's what you need when you want to go fishing. Don't want to scare those fish away. This is a 41 that is a dual-purpose boat. It's got a step bottom from the Miami builder, who is a sister company to Deep Impact, which builds the 399. But this one, of course, would cater more to the sportsmen and all of us, those of you who love to go fishing. But today it's all about the poker run, and that's what you got to love about this Blackwater 41. You can do whatever you want and bring all your friends. And here's a boat that we all fell in love with years ago, this Outer Limits 43 team, Keeping It Real, with Jim and Lynn Archambault from Georgia in the cockpit. They're back on the scene after 2 years away, but the boat is back together. The engines are V10 Ilmors. Let's listen in. And now we're catching up with Cameron Bailey in the other 36 GLASSTREAM. This is the Pro XS Diamond Edition, triple 400 Verados. It was their first time on this Emerald Coast poker run. They made it a family affair, driving 7 hours on the trailer now, bringing it from Tennessee. They said that they love the Destin area with all the restaurants, with Crab Island, and being able to run on the protected waters of the intracoastal here inside the Gulf. So that is truly why we love this Florida Panhandle event year after year. You can go all day long and never have to go out into big seas. And we're burning the daylight with JT and Brenda Byrne, who have done this event many times before. They came all the way from Texas, one of 17 teams that were registered from the Lone Star State. This is a 2012 Nortec 34 Sport, powered by twin Mercury 300 horsepower Verados. They said in their video bio they love the Destin event, and all of the venues were first class. And a special shout out to Brian Parkton with his SUNSATION 32. He was one of our volunteer safety boats for the event. He works with the Okaloosa Sheriff's Department. And riding on board are our EMTs, paramedics that we hired for the day. So that's a great combination and kind of peace of mind for all of us out here to know that we've got a professional crew following us along on the poker run. Club member George Ariano is known to bring 2 or 3 boats on every poker run, but very rarely do we see this DCB M29. It's powered by Mercury Racing 700s, and it is a hot rod. Doesn't like to stay in the water too much, so that's why Emerald Coast is really the ideal venue for this little crotch rocket, because it doesn't like rough water. It will not stay in the water. But look off in the distance, you'll see his 39 Quattro, and that is a 42 fountain poker run edition on the far side, powered by Mercury Racing 700. So you've got the same power on all 3 boats and quite a variety in terms of the hulls here as they get together and cross these waters on Choctawhatchee Bay on this beautiful Saturday. And it's time to change things up a little bit as we continue on the course. Let's get into our next checkpoint, which will be Brooks Bridge Marina on Okaloosa Island, and it is midway on the poker run course. Okay, I think it's eye candy time again as the lovely Sandra handing out the cards. And that is Miss Eileen on the bow of that 41 Blackwater. That's Miss Jackie joining her for the day, and Mark Fisher at the helm, and they are one of our event sponsors. And let's welcome Roger and Pam Anderson, another crew all the way from Texas in their NORTEC 390 Sport. It's their second NORTEC 390, but I can tell you that they've been doing this event so long that NORTEC didn't even have a center console when they first started doing Emerald Coast. Back then, for the Andersons, it was in a Fountain 42 Lightning. And it's another NORTEC 390, this one from Louisiana. We saw them just earlier in the show as Liz Copeland sits up front and gets that lucky card. I think we're up to poker card number 5 here at this stopover. Of course, Al Jr. at the helm. Long time ago, he and his dad came on this event. The late Al Copeland Sr., who obviously was a big powerboat racer, but when he wasn't racing, he loved poker runs. That is 3 NORTEC 39s in a row. This one a little different as Preston Collins pulls up to the dock. This is the 392 Superfish model. Just a few changes to the layout and to some of the accessories from the 390 Sport. Makes it more fishing friendly, and that's what the guys from Louisiana and Texas love. And with very appropriate timing, Greg Bent now in this brand new NORTEC 400 Sport model. Very similar to the 390, but what you can't really see is a completely redesigned center console with entry to the cabin down below from the helm position and a modified seating configuration. And this is a very rare performance V-bottom that Reese and Liz Brown from Texas have brought to the event. Twin Mercury Racing 700 SCIs. Nice package. And a special welcome to one of our locals here from the Destin area, Victor Hawkins and Team Outnumbered. This is a 1995 31 Sonic 31 SS model. And guys, that makes her a classic. This boat is 27 years old. Amazing. And it's one more time with the GLASSTREAM factory team, Cruz Rutherford and her crew from Dothan, Alabama. This is a 360 model with Mercury Racing 400Rs. They are sponsors of the event. We want to thank them for their continued support. And they always say that every powerboat is unique in every way. Well, this one certainly proves that point. Brentley Woods here in the Ice Cream Fountain. It's a Fountain 42 with triple Mercury Racing 700s and that very unique candied up ice cream, M&M, banana split paint job. You know, I would have to think that Brantley owns a couple of Dairy Queens, because if he didn't, he certainly should. I can't wait to get the backstory on that and share it with all of you here on our YouTube channel. And we're moving along the course, just another few miles down the Intracoastal Waterway. A new checkpoint that we just added. This is my good friend John Reinhold, one of the co-founders of the Emerald Coast Poker Run, and he's offered up his house as a checkpoint for today's run.
Hey, this is Lauren with FBC. I'm stop number 7, so make sure you come and see me today.
Well, thank you to lovely Lauren, as we now say hi to Dan and Lisa Williams in their M29 DCB. Got the helicopter overhead. Got a lot going on here right now. As kind of an easy checkpoint to find right along the course. heading westbound from the Brooks Bridge. And it's Joey McAllister pulling up to the dock in his Formula 353, which he's completely redone. The new paint and interior make the boat look brand new. And let's say hi to Ed and Kathy Champion having their 26th wedding anniversary here. Steve Carter riding along with them. Team Big Thunder is one of our event sponsors, and this is a brand new 2022 Fountain 32NX with triple Mercury 300Rs. So let's fast forward just about 15 or 16 miles further down on the course as we arrive at Juana's in Navarre to check out the action. Well, Kevin Rudsky is the guy you want to know when you show up at Juana's, because he's going to get you VIP everything, starting with him being the dock master here today. Of course, what's everybody else doing? They're in the restaurant and hanging out in the bar, having fun. What's the boss doing? He's out here tying up boats.
Absolutely.
You love it, don't you?
I love it. I love seeing the boats. We've been doing this for 30 years, and it's always a great event. It's one of the largest events we do all year long, and thanks to you guys and your crew, for making it all happen. We're happy to be a part of it. It showcases a lot of wonderful people, a lot of beautiful boats, beautiful people, and it also showcases our business. So it's a win-win.
All right, well, Kevin, thanks for your hospitality again, and let's go enjoy the venue.
Thank you.
We saw a lot of Juanas in the earlier episodes as we did the Friday fun run here, but once again, is it a checkpoint now for the Saturday run? You can see why Juanas is such a popular destination for boaters. It's got pretty much everything you need with this casual vibe, live music all the time, plenty of docks, and lots of sandy beach to pull the boats up on. But I'm thinking that the big attraction here today is, yes indeed, is the lovely Sage. She's going to be our poker card girl, standing up on the bow of this big Sea Ray, handing the cards off as the boats come up one by one. Once again, Ed and Kathy Champion. It seems like the camera's kind of following these guys around today, and why not? They are one of our big series sponsors. They try to attend as many events as they can. And it's the lovely Lynn Archambault with her husband Jimmy at the helm on that big Outer Limits 43. Looking great, running great. Glad to have them back on the run. Well, guys, we're going to call this the Fast and Furious episode, because from checkpoint to the next checkpoint and back up in the air, we're going to chase down some more boats now as we continue westbound on the course. Now it's our safety boat, Kenneth Worley, and on board our Okaloosa paramedic EMS surface dive rescue first responders, and hopefully they don't have to do anything today. Well, a lot of activity on the water, and we're continuing now the adventures of Jim and Lynn Archambault, who have made a big comeback to the poker run by basically stealing this entire show. Nice to see Al and Chrissy Newell again from Kentucky in FRAID Knot. It's a 2008 30-foot Adrenaline V30 Mercury Racing 525s. What a cool looking ride. Let's listen in. And it's another team that needs no introduction. That's Jonathan and Tracy Saucier, who've been on these events many, many times in their Baja, but they want to introduce their new Undomesticated. It's their Nortec 437. It's got big Mercury Racing 700s. Let's listen to this beast. happy to see Alden and Allison Thornton joining us here in their Nortec 392 Superfish. And the reason why is because they've been in the industry as long as I could remember. Probably my 30 years in this marine career, Alden was one of the first guys I ever met when he worked for Reggie Fountain way back in the day. But he's been with Nortec for a long time, and he's the mastermind behind getting all these Nortec Superfish models all rigged perfectly for fishing. He's a fishing expert, certainly a seasoned pro at it. But this time he's going to put his fishing rods down and coming out to enjoy the poker run. So happy to see Alden and Allison joining us on a poker run for their first time in quite a while, really. And I really think they picked the ideal event to join us. And we're joining Robert McAtee one more time. Team ROBALDO's got his wife Aubrey on board. They came all the way from Oklahoma. This is a 42 Mystic powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. It's a big center console. He thought he'd give it a try. Last boat was a 390 Nortec, now a 42 Mystic. Currently, he's got himself into a cat. This one's for sale. If you want to have a Mystic, I can tell you right now, just call the club office, and I know he'd be glad to sell it to you. What's in the future for Robbie? Well, it's another Nortec, this time going to be the new 400 Sport model. He's on the lineup to get one of those real soon. Not bad. In less than 2 years, he's owned 4 top-name offshore powerboats. He really loves this boating lifestyle. And we've been chasing around for Lance Panapinto Sr. all day long. We finally caught up to him in his 30 Baja, Lady Paula on board, his wife. And they are annual attendees. Every year they join us for this event. Lance Jr. has his 24 Baja registered. And you remember that card boat earlier, a few episodes ago? That big Broward motor yacht, Lady P? Well, that belongs to the Panapintos as well. They've got the entire fleet here, plus a helicopter. And now we're catching up with the Reddings on La Mexicana, brand new deep impact 399 Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. Got one of them tipped up. I guess we're having some mechanical difficulties on that 450R, but apparently it's not slowing them down. I think we're going about 55 or 60 miles per hour. And look at that. They still have all of their crew on board. Everybody's having a great time. But I can assure you that this is just practice for Team La Mexicana. They are getting ready for Key West in November, just 2 months away. And it's a big shout out to Will Kufis and his first mate Carrie on this 32 Skater. 3 in a row for them, back-to-back Bahamas and now Emerald Coast. Well, guys, we know how much you love listening to that horsepower, so that's why we just let this one ride. And one more time with Larry and Heather Montalero on their 34-foot MTI Mercury Racing 400Rs. And like that 32 Skater we just saw, this team joined us for the Bahamas poker run in the summer months. And now nice to see them here in the Florida Panhandle. This, of course, being an event that they never miss year after year. They've done this event in their Fountain, then in a Nortec, and now in their 34-foot MTI. And I was so happy to see Vu Nguyen and his family joining us in this 38 DONZI. Once again, a team that has done this event many, many years in the past. And this 38 ZR hasn't skipped a beat. Looks and sounds great. And it's one more time with Jack and Kay Stewart from Panama City Beach. They seem to be loving these events. And what's not to love? They got a 32 Doug Wright with 400Rs. A great platform for scooting up and down these protected, calm waterways here in the Florida Panhandle. And I think Jack's about to prove why he named the boat Blue Bayou, because that's what he just did to our chopper. God, that was a great day of boating. But guys, we are going to get you back up to Harry T's. Why? Well, because we like to finish every episode with a little bit of fun. And I think most of you would agree that the Miss Emerald Coast Powerboat Week contest is just the way to do that. And we are now going to visit our final round of what I call the freestyle bikini segment, and that is where the girls now select their favorite bikini to come out and say hi to everybody. And there was, of course, all of our judges sitting in the front row. There's 10 judges altogether. Maybe even we might have had 11 or 12 that night, but we had 12 contestants, so it would seem appropriate to have 12 judges. And we are kicking off this segment with the lovely Lauren. Altogether 6 girls in this segment. And this will finish what we had as 3 segments for the contest. Miss Amber over on the left, our MC, and our contest coordinator. Remember that we started way back on episode 1 with the cocktail dress segment, which was all 12 ladies to come out in their favorite cocktail dress. We followed that up with Black Bikini, a segment where all of the girls were wearing matching black bikinis. And now we have this freestyle bikini. We welcome contestant number 8, Jasmine. So guys, enjoy this final segment. We're not going to announce the winners quite yet, but we are pretty sure you're going to love this segment as we wrap up this episode number 5 with feature coverage of the Miss Powerboat Week contest. And wrapping things up with contestant number 12, of course, another Lauren. So we opened with a Lauren and we're going to close with a Lauren. And I'm happy to report that this lovely Lauren is going to return to the Orange Beach Powerboat Week coming up very soon in mid-May, the 2023 edition. And she's happy to be returning to a Florida Powerboat Club event. And you know why? Because she loves you guys. She really does. All these girls have said how cool all of you guys were to them. And remember, she was also a checkpoint girl at the Reinhold House along the Intracoastal Waterway, and so many of you guys were nice to her. So, guys, I can't wait till that Orange Beach episode, but remember, we got one more to go here with this Emerald Coast Powerboat Week, episode number 6, just around the corner. So be sure to stay tuned in, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. Be sure to check out the website at flpowerboat.com for all of the details about upcoming poker run events in 2021, as well as membership information. You can follow us on Facebook at Florida Powerboat Club, and you can follow us on Twitter and on these Instagram pages. Thanks to all of our viewers for your wonderful comments on our page, and you guys know who you are, and I really do appreciate that. But if you have questions or comments you want to direct to me specifically, please use my personal email at stu@flpowerboat.com. I check that daily, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We're going to sign off for now. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. Have fun out there, guys. Be safe on the waterways. Wear your life jackets when the time is right, and always respect your fellow boaters. Bye for now.